So, hello and welcome back, friends. Piyush Patel. I welcome everybody on behalf of Profit from It. Friends, today we are going to discuss cement and cement products as majority of the companies from cement and cement products have declared their result. Majority means those companies which we are at least tracking, right? Just few days back, we have already discussed about Shri Cement, right? Today we are going to discuss on Ultratech also because at that time Ultratech results were not updated. So let us watch these results. Results are already updated at our website. Let me open this page. It's cement and cement products, right? Okay. So as you will be able to see this page, and here you will able to see different sectors related result update, right? So the industry, as we know, witnessed weak offtake during the quarter due to COVID-19 nationwide lockdown from March 24. 24th March should be written in our diary because lockdown has started from March 24. Cement sales volumes declined by 12% during this quarter as compared to the same period previous year. Right? We know why. Now we believe that with higher probability of a normal monsoon, growth in the rural economy will revive and stay strong. Despite uncertainty surround the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown restrictions, industry believes that post-lockdown supportive measures and stimuli from the government and RBI will spur demand growth, notably in the infrastructure segment. Friend, expect cement demand to increase in the medium term once the pandemic subsides and business operation commence. Now, see, this we have not written today. This we have already written when Sri Cements or ACC's result were announced 15 days back. 15 days have passed on. During last 15 days also, the cases of COVID are not decreasing. That is a negative point we should remember. Yes, many places we have seen that now operations have been started, right? That was the huge negativity for this quarter one which we are going to see. Positive side for quarter one was that crude price was too low, communication was stopped, communication with transport communication was stopped. That was the reason that price cost of cement and cement product sector, major cost of cement and cement product is freight cost, right? That was decreased and they were able to make good profits not only during last quarter but during whole year, right? Because whole year crude was under pressure. So Indian cement and cement industry, friend, it is the largest cement producer in the world only after China. Yet India produces 10% versus China, right? China, see, we should compare in this way that around 140 crore people are there in China, 130 crore people in India. So 17% of the world population stays in China, 17% in India. So consumption also, cement consumption also should be around 17%, but it is not like that. China is outperforming in this case, right? Because China is consuming huge cement, they are producing and consuming. Because huge infrastructure activity have been seen during past 2 decades. As China has grown from a lower income country, right? In 1980, India and China were same in the term of GDP as well as in the term of GDP per capita. As GDP have raised, GDP growth was seen very good during 1980 to 2000, even till 2010. In China, today China is 5x than India, and their individual income is also 5x than India. It's as simple as that. So that is the reason individual person consume each and everything more than average Indian consumes, right? Now they are India's cement industry is 10th, 1/10 if we compare it with China. There are 40 companies with 139 plants, but the 70% market is dominated by top 20. So we need to focus on top 20 if we want to focus on cement. Friend, industry has grown by 15% CAGR since last decade, right? With good micro indicators like rolled GST. What happened due to GST? Unorganized sectors started to organize. Relaxation in FDI, aggressive affordable housing program. We know that India would participate in huge urbanization in coming 20 years. Majority of urbanization we are going to see would be in India. So people will need houses, but not luxury, affordable houses. So aggressive affordable housing program, and we have already identified 98 smart cities are all trigger of the growth, right? See, China leads with consuming 57% of the world cement. They are producing as well as consuming 57% of world cement. Currently, per capita consumption of India is lowest among growing economies. India's per capita consumption means individual person consumption is just 200 kilogram versus China's individual consumption is 1760 kilogram. So we can see the huge difference we see if individual income rises, right? So if India would be successful in the same way China is successful, and we have seen the steps. India is already growing GDP per capita by 10% CAGR since last many years. So we are growing, right? But right now, as our individual income is low, our individual purchasing capacity is low. 60 to 65% of cement is consumed by housing. So we need to be prepared that housing is consuming majority of the cement. Urbanization is to grow, and cities with a population of 10 lakh and more, which are currently 53, will increase to 87 in 2030. As we said, India is going to participate in this huge transformation of urbanization in next 20 years. We will see that all those cities which are more than 10 lakh populated will be increased. Today only 53, we will see 87 cities. Mega city, there are 8, we will see 7 to 8 mega cities in next decade, right? That is the reason. Today's market cap of total industry is 3 lakh crore. So if we combine whole industry, whole listed world, here is the Excel sheet which you can see. See, 3 lakh crore is the market cap, right? So it's a big market cap, and that is the reason we see Ultratech in Nifty, right? Many years back, ACC, Ambuja Cement were also in Nifty. Right now, they are not there, right? Because they have not grown well. While Ultratech, which was growing, Shri Cement, which was growing by 20% CAGR, today they are in Nifty, right? And I am happy to say that both these companies, many of you are holding since last decade. So that is a good news. We need to buy those companies with, maybe they would be mid cap or small cap, which are growing by 20% CAGR, which are maintaining their good market share, good quality companies. We will see in Nifty, as we have seen these two examples, right? If we see out of this total 3.3 lakh crore market cap, alone Ultratech is responsible for 1 lakh crore market cap. If you combine these two only, Ultratech and Shri Cement, then 1.8 lakh crore market cap. That is more than 50% market cap is by these two company only. Same thing in revenue. You can see here that revenue of Grasim is top. But see, Grasim is parent company of Ultratech. So 50% of the sales of Ultratech will be directly calculated in Grasim. Majority of turnover of Grasim comes from cement. That is the reason Grasim is listed in cement. Otherwise, it is a holding company, right? Grasim is having its chemical business. Grasim, for example, Aditya Birla, no, that capital finance company is the company of Grasim. So Grasim is widely spread company. We can't say it's cement company. But due to Ultratech And Grasim's major share comes from Ultratech. It is listed in cement. So if we do not count Grasim, you can see Ultratech is the leader of cement industry, king of cement industry. Ultratech, Ambuja Cement, these two companies are top companies. Ultratech, Shri, Ambuja and ACC. If you combine these four companies, then it is more than 80% of sales of the whole sector. Same thing with profit. You can see 5,000, 6,000 crore profit is from Ultratech. If you just take this top 4-5 companies, then 80% of profit, 80% of sales only comes from top companies. So where we need to focus. Now, in coming time, what do you think? Cement will grow or not? We have seen that yes, India will need affordable housing. Cement is going to be a pillar in tomorrow's infrastructure growth. See, we are not today as good as we should be in infrastructure. We know that a building which is in century back, which was built, the tallest building of USA, still we have not reached to the height of that tallest building. Why? Because we are late in infra. But it doesn't mean we were late in infra. We should not forget that India have taught whole world what is infra. Oldest city were in India, and world have copied many things from India in the terms of infrastructure. They have learned too many things from Indian olden civilizations. So India was pioneer in infrastructure for whole world, right? Yes, during last 200 years, we have not built significant things because we were under some other countries' rule. During the 200 years, we were not too high in infra, but now the time has come and India is going to shine in next 50 years. See, we have seen that even as China has grown, today their infra is better than even developed countries. They have grown well. In tourism, they are doing 5x than India. Now this is what we have seen only during last 30 years. They were not doing that much good, but they focused on cleanliness. We know where we are focusing right now. We are also focusing on Swachh Abhiyan. We have cleaned our rivers, we have cleaned our cities. And due to these all things, yes, last year was topmost year in the history of India in the terms of tourism. Maximum FTA have arrived in India. We have built some big monuments. In coming 10 years, there are plans to build several big monuments, and it is going to attract tourists. If we want to attract tourists, we need good infrastructure. Next 20 years could be India's time in the terms of infra also, right? So yes, cement should grow. We should focus cement. Now where we will focus? See, we can focus on these topmost companies. See, cement will grow, each and every company is going to grow, right? But the leader we should focus, because during bad time, many of the companies will not have money to work. What will happen during bad time? These big fish are going to eat this small fish. So don't focus on those companies which are not able to do business. Focus those aggressive players. Let us check who are aggressive. Let us check which are high quality companies, right? So here is a same comparison of sales growth. You can see Grasim have grown by 28%, but it's all right. It is due to Ultratech. Ultratech, Ambuja, Sri Cement, majority of the companies have grown well. We should focus on these growing companies, right? Industry have grown by 17%. Profit of this industry has grown by 8% during last decade, right? So as industry have grown well, majority of companies were able to grow well during last decade. Friends, we can see the top margin companies, right? Now here we can see Star Cement is having very good margin, right? But Star Cement is a regional player. It is not that we should not buy Star Cement. Yes, we can buy Star Cement and we can create good profit there also. But the company which is able to grow their share widely can be more benefited, right? We can see Ultratech. From these top companies, we are searching. If we search the good companies, then we can see Ultratech, Ambuja, Shri Cement. These all are having good margins. Now, if we talk about interest coverage ratio, that is their debt paying capacity. See, here we are not counting debt to equity ratio, because debt to equity ratio is good for accounting method, but not good if we want to search company for wealth. Because the company with high equity is not good thing. The company with high equity is bad thing for us, because the more bigger, larger the equity, our EPS will shrink, our individual earning shrinks, right? Now, debt to equity ratio reflects debt and reserve, debt and total equity. So when you compare debt to total equity, you will always find a good combination, but it doesn't mean that that company is highly capable of paying debt. I think interest coverage ratio is the better way to check whether this company is good able to pay their debt or not. See, there are several companies which are not having good data, and overall cement industry is not a debt-free industry. We will not find debt-free industry, particularly in cement, right? There are very few companies. See, even our biggest Ultratech, you can see, is the company with highest growth. We have seen during last 10 years, see, we are holding this company since a decade. And we have seen that Ultratech have grown very well, because it was a very small company, but Ultratech started to buy different companies. Initially, this was L&T's company. L&T sold this unit. Aditya Birla bought it. So Grasim bought it. Then what happened? Ultratech started to buy all other small regional players. And today Ultratech, maybe it's a national company, but it is a regional player also, because in all pan India they are having their plants, right? So that is the reason even debt is high in this company. So interest coverage ratio is only 2.3. We should not forget this thing. If we are investing in Ultratech, we should be cautious that yes, this is a good company, high aggressive company, but they are having debt here. So we should not invest 4 or 5%, 2-3% weightage is okay, right? Shri Cement is having at least better interest coverage ratio than Ultratech. But yes, again, Ultratech is large player, Shri Cement is again regional player, right? So both way, if you are investing in Shri Cement, what is negative? They are not national player. We should invest either in Shri Cement or in Ultratech, 2 to 3%. See, I am investing since a decade in the cement industry, and I have invested in both of these companies, because that time, 10 years back, I was not high clear where I should invest, right? Today also, I can say that both of these companies are good. We can invest in both of these companies 2 to 3%. Here I have written return on net equity. See, till now we were writing here return on equity. But when you were comparing it with BSC site or any other sites, you were finding little bit difficulty. So I have written it return on net equity. See, what is there when you compare it with other sites? Equity means, equity is not only that equity which promoter or stakeholders have invested. Equity initially, for example, Ultratech have invested XYZ amount, and today if Ultratech is able to make 21 times more profit than their initial investment, then that's really good thing. We can say that past stakeholder have earned very good money from Ultratech. I want to know this thing, that whether past stakeholder have grown well or not. Now, what you will find in other site or even in BSC India, see, actual for accounting method, return on equity, what we count. Every year as Ultratech makes profit, they will distribute some dividend, remaining portion will be going to reserve. So the money which is added in reserve is actually counted in equity. So how do ROE is counted? Return means net profit divided by total equity. Now that total equity is actually not high clear thing for investor like us who do not want to know the return on total equity. I want to know what my friends, what my colleagues are earning who have invested 10 years back, 15 years back. Is the company cheated? Is the company's management good? Or they are not doing good, right? So ROE will give a real ROE will give you little bit different definition. It will say you, for example, Ultratech is having around 15,000 crore, sorry, around 20,000 crore total equity. Initial equity plus total reserve collected. If they are having around 20,000 crore total equity and they make 5,000 crore profit, it means 5,000 crore divided by 20,000 crore. So how much it shows? Around 25%. It says that if we invest in Ultratech, Ultratech is able to produce 25% rupees this year from its total equity, right? So we have considered here only net equity, that is invested amount of Ultratech in their own company. Ultratech, see, they have grown in a very wider way. They have purchased JP Associate few months back. They have purchased that Nathdwara. Just they purchased that Century Textile, which is a cement company. Cement portion was purchased by Ultratech. So they are growing very well, right? Still they are able to produce high RO, return on net equity. So here you can see even Ramco, Shri Cement, these all companies were able to give good money to their stakeholders, right? So I will go with Ultratech, Shri Cement, definitely. This is the net return which were produced by these companies. You can see Shri Cement have given a maximum return. If you have invested in Shri Cement and your company gives 20% return, it means your money is 20x. So just calculate what the amount of wealth would be created if Shri Cement price have grown by 37%. Huge wealth, right? Both the way, Ultratech and Shri Cement have given a wealth creation to their investors. Consistent dividend. I have not seen a single year when this company have not distributed dividend. This company have never made a loss during even bad time during 2008. So see, when I am buying any company, I want to see its consistency. That if I will buy today, it should not happen that in coming 15, 20 year, 4 to 5 times they should make loss. No. If they will make loss and I am a retired person, then that year I will not receive any money. That's not a good thing. I need consistency, right? Current year sales and growth I have written here. You can see that Ultratech have grown by 13%, Shri Cement by 3%, but majority of the company's profit have grown well. Shri Cement profit have grown by 51%, your Ultratech by 139%. See, this is really outperforming. This year we have seen low cost of freight, even low cost in railways due to lower demand, right? So that is the reason profit have jumped too high. Overall industry have grown by 0%. Their profit have grown by 63%. Why Ultratech have grown better than many other companies? Because they have already purchased some companies and those companies were also selling cement and goods. Yeah, sorry, there was some disturbance in recording. Yeah. Today, even Century's 80% brand have been compared in Ultratech. So yeah, Ultratech is growing very well. I should focus here what I can do. See, I have given the total data. My idea is totally clear. This year, last year, due to muted demand, there was 0% growth. Now this year, there was Corona, COVID. So due to COVID, quarter one, we should not expect anything, right? 2 months have passed. Only June is left. If we just totally put out quarter one, then also we may see 5% or 10% decline in sales this year in cement companies, right? So what should be our prediction? That in coming year we may see 5% degrowth in cement companies, and Profit, see, profit have grown by around 63%. So what we may see, that despite of growth, we may see that profit may grow by 10 or 15%. Right? Profit may not be in negative. Here is the data of Ultratech. See, this is their growth. Tell me a single year when their sales have not grown. I could not find it. Highly aggressive company, consistent growth. Yes, profit you will see high volatility. Here profits were down during 2009, Mandi wala year. Here you have seen for 2 consistent year profit were down. Profit were down again in 2018, and we have seen huge jump in 2020. So you see, this is the thing which you will find in any company. Why? Because profit are not in your hand. Profit depends on too many different costs, right? So profit will be volatile, but sales, they are very good in sales. What I will expect? I will expect Ultratech to be a number one company. Yes, today they are number one. They would reach 1 lakh crore turnover till 2025, or at least late to late till 2027. I will expect Ultratech will cross 1 lakh crore turnover. They should cross around 7,000 crore profits, right? I expect that price should be around 40,000. Yes, we should expect a good rally in their price, right? I should expect that their EPS could be, earning per share could be around 1500 to 2000. So what should happen if I am buying Ultratech around 3000 today? 50% every year I am going to receive from Ultratech, and that is well, right? I invest 1 lakh, and if I receive 50,000 every year, then that's really good thing, right? So 2030, yes, in coming decade, we may see good wealth from Ultratech. I am accumulating. Let me disclose you. Do not buy because I have said. Do your own research. We have seen a good rally. We should add during this fall. This is the place where we can add Ultratech. What I will expect, that Ultratech may move in this range for next some time till Mandi will be there in India. As soon as Mandi will be out, we will see a good shoot just like this which we have seen, right? 32 should be a good price to buy Ultratech. Same thing, Shree Cement, high aggressive company. See, Ultratech grown from 2,500 crore to 40,000 crore. Shree Cement have grown from 300 crore to 13,000 crore. High growth in Shree Cement also, right? I will expect good wealth creation from Shree and Ultratech both. So this was something about Ultratech. Again, disclosure, do not buy or sell because we are telling, should study thoroughly on your own, or should even go through their results, and then you can buy or sell, right friends? So this was something. Let me declare you some of the events. 14th June, we are doing event for New Delhi. Till this year, since last 3 years, we have done every year an event in Delhi. Every year we are meeting and we are discussing some new growing industries and top quality companies. This year we will not able to come there directly due to Corona, but we are going to do an online meeting for all our Delhi family. We are having around 3,000 families in Delhi. So for all this 3,000 family, we are going to do a result update meeting on 14th. On 24th June, we are going to start a new batch of practically wealth creation. We will learn totally practical, technical and fundamental analysis both. Right friends? So thank you so much and best of luck to everybody.